Hi folks, it's Mike Murphy, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to test and practice using your OpenAI API keys using a free tool called Postman. So in this tutorial, first we're going to set up Postman. Postman is an all-in-one API platform. Then we're going to get into the heart of the tutorial and configure the API request on Postman. This is kind of the confusing part. If you have read through the documentation on APIs and you just cannot figure out what it is that you're supposed to put in, well, that is what we're going to do in the second step. Once we configure the OpenAI request, we will then post it or send it to OpenAI. OpenAI is going to look at our API secret key to make sure that we have permission, and once it confirms that, it's going to read our message and then send us back a response. Once we get the response, we'll look at it and we'll try to understand what exactly was sent back. So if you want to follow along with this tutorial and practice using your API key on Postman, what you are going to need is your OpenAI API key or your secret key. If you're not sure how to get an OpenAI API key, I will leave a link in the description to a tutorial that walks you through it step by step. A little hint, if you're juggling multiple API keys, OpenAI API keys always begin with the letters SK, and you always want to remember to keep your API keys private. In addition to your OpenAI API key, you're also going to need a free Postman account. So just open a web browser, go to postman.com. In the top right corner, you're going to click sign up for free. You can create a Postman account or sign up with your Google account. And do not worry when you see these pricing options. They're hiding the free plan, but just go to the top right and click continue with free plan. That is all you need for Postman. I don't have a team, so I'm just going to click get started. It's not really necessary, but I'm going to create a new workspace just to keep all of my demos organized. So I'll go to workspaces in the top left and choose create workspace. I'm just going to choose a blank workspace. I'll click next and I'll give it a name. I'm just going to call it OpenAI Test. Click create. It's optional, but you can add a description and some notes for your workspace. I'm just going to paste in the notes here that I'm going to follow for the rest of this tutorial. This is just going to serve as my cheat sheet. So if I come back and do some more testing with my OpenAI API key, I don't have to go looking for the address, I don't have to go looking for the header information or any of the JSON that I'm going to use in the body of the message. It's all right here in my workspace. Here is the three-part recipe for API requests. Number 1, you must provide the address. This is a URL or a link. Where is it that your request is going to? Number 2, your ID badge. This is where the API key goes to prove that you have permission. And number 3 is your message. This is the body of the API request. What is it that you are asking the AI to do? Some terminology that confuses a lot of people when you first learn about APIs. I know it did for me. So API request, well, think of that at the top. That's what we're doing today. But all that really means is that you want to talk with an API. And there are different ways or methods that you can talk with an API. And the two most common methods that you will likely be using are GET and POST. GET is when you ask an API to send you data or send you information that it has. Maybe you want a daily weather report sent to your email address. You are going to send a GET API request to a weather API, and in return, it is going to send you the data that you requested. And the POST method is when you actually send an API something, which is what we are going to do today. We are going to send the OpenAI API a chat message. The AI model is going to read our chat message, generate a response, and then send it back to answer our request. Part 1 of our recipe is the address. Where are you sending the API request? And we send it in the form of a URL. I will leave the full URL that you need as well as the link to this OpenAI documentation if you want to learn more. If you are a nerd problem solver like myself and you just have to know where the heck would I find this because the documentation confused the heck out of me, well, if you go to openai.com in a browser, you're going to go over to the login and choose API Platform. This is the same thing you do when you want to create a new secret key. Okay, so the new secret key you're going to find under the dashboard. You're going to go to API Keys, and this is where you create new secret keys, okay? But we're going to go to API Reference in the top menu. On the left sidebar, scroll all the way down until you see the chat completion section. Just twirl that open and select Create Chat Completion. And this is the URL, or the address that we need to access the OpenAI API. Because we are creating the chat, we're sending OpenAI something that's got the post-HTTP method. When I select the get chat, notice that the method changes to get. So if you select one of these and you read the description and say that's what I want to do, well, you'll select the URL, and then when you get into Postman, you just need to make sure that you select the correct method. This first part of the URL is the base URL. So if you were sending a letter via the mail, this will get it to the front door of the office building. And this last part here is known as the endpoint. This is going to tell the mailman which office or which suite number to actually deliver to once it gets inside the main address. So we have part 1 of our recipe covered, the address. We have the full URL that we're going to use, and we're going to change the method from get to post. Part 2 of our recipe is the authorization step. In Postman, we're going to select the term bearer. All that means is that you are the one holding the ID badge. You have this secret key, so we'll select bearer, put a space, and then just paste in the OpenAI API key. Now when we go back to the OpenAI documentation, if we look over here at this little snippet of code, which might have looked really confusing at first, but it's going to start making more sense now. At the top, we've got the address, or the URL that we're using right here. Below that, we've got this content type JSON, which we're actually going to select in step 3, but step 2 is right here, authorization. Remember, we're going to select bearer, space, and then paste in our OpenAI key. And then we're going to go on to step 3, which is the body of our message. And that's going to be this part right here. Under request body, you'll see there are 2 requirements. So model, that is going to be our 3.5 turbo. So I'll click, I'll do a search, 3.5, select turbo, and now it updates the snippet of code so I can see what I'm going to be putting inside of Postman. Then the second requirement is messages. What do we want the API to respond to? Now I'm going to click this to show you the different possible types. We are going to be using the user message. So that is messages sent by an end user containing the prompts or the context information. If I twirl that down, you're going to see there's 2 more requirements. We already covered that when we looked at this. We've got the role and the content, and it's showing it right there. So content, that is just the message, and then the role, we're going to be using user. And looking at the sample snippet, we've got messages, which is required. Under messages, you can list multiple messages, but for each message, remember, it is required that you put the role and the content. So we can see here in the example, there's actually 2 sample messages because there are 2 roles and 2 contents listed. In our case, we're just going to use one. We're going to use the role of user, and for content, we're just going to enter in the text prompt. Here we go. In Postman, go to the top, click the plus to create a new request. We're going to enter the address or the URL. Paste. Now we're going to change the HTTP method from get to post. Part 2 of our recipe, authorization. You're going to select the authorization type of bearer, then you're going to paste in your OpenAI secret key or the API key that you should have copied to your clipboard. So I'll go back to the post. These are just tabs at the top, so I'll click. I'm going to go to authorization. I'll click the authorization drop down. I could choose bearer token here, but you see here, it's smart enough to recommend that I want the OpenAI bearer token. So I'll select that. I'm going to come over here. If you don't have the OpenAI key yet, you can click here to go and generate a new one. I'm just going to click here and paste. And now we're on to part 3 of our recipe, the message. I'm going to click copy to copy the JSON snippet to my clipboard. I'll go back to the post, go to body, select raw for the format, make sure that JSON is selected, and now we're going to paste in the message. So we've got the model we want to use, we've got the message, role as user. For content, the prompt that I'm sending to OpenAI is write a 3-sentence story about a lighthouse keeper who finds a message from a sea creature. I don't know about you, but I am ready to send this API request. So here we go. We're going to click send to get a response. Click. Bingo. We just made a successful API request to OpenAI. And the way that we know this is because of the status code that was returned. You're looking for 200 OK, which indicates that the request was successful. The server has responded as required. Perfect. Next to the status code, if I hover my cursor, I can see the response time. So it only took 2.5 seconds to send and receive the request. That's pretty fast. And next to that, it's going to show you the response size and the request size. And while we're up here, if you click the ellipsis, you can save your response to a file. Up here, you can share it or click to copy it to your clipboard. You can also save your response in a collection. Let's just take a quick look at some things in the response. So OpenAI used the 3.5 turbo model. Notice the role. We were the user, coming back was the assistant. So the AI assistant responded. The usage is related to billing. How many tokens did it cost to send the API request? So in our case, the message or the prompt that we sent cost us 28 tokens. The response, the story that was generated, cost 77 tokens. So we spent a total of 105 tokens. The good news is that the 3.5 turbo model costs 50 cents for every 1 million tokens. I'm not a mathematician, but I think 105 tokens is like 0.0001 cents. In the final test, to determine if this was a successful API request all around, is to review the response to our request. Or the text prompt that we sent to OpenAI was to write a 3-sentence story about a lighthouse keeper who finds a message from a sea creature. And here is how OpenAI responded.
One stormy night, as the lighthouse keeper was tending to his duties, he spotted a bottle washed ashore with a strange message inside. The message was from a mystical sea creature, pleading for help to save its underwater kingdom from impending danger. Filled with determination, the lighthouse keeper embarked on a daring voyage to answer the plea and save the sea creature's home.
Well, I give the response and the API requests a thumbs up success, and that is how you can use your OpenAI API keys on Postman. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. You'll find links to everything in the description. And my name is Mike Murphy. Cheers.